So it's been probably 6 days or so since we sprayed the Nutsedge. And so what I want to do now is just kind of give you an update of where we're at and what the results are so far. It's been, let's see, I mowed on Friday, and so it's been a couple days. It's Monday right now, so it's been three days or so since I've mowed. And let's go see what it looks like. So this is the area we sprayed. As you can see, this is the Nutsedge here, and here there's some. It's definitely, the growth has been stunted. In some cases, like over here, we're getting some yellow color, which is good. I like to see that. The biggest thing that I notice is that it's not growing as fast as it used to at all, which is great. I think what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on it for a couple more days, and we'll probably hit it with another application just to be sure we've got it. Here's the garden bed. I'm not really very happy with what I'm seeing here. You can still see the tall Nutsedge back in here, and it looks like the Nutsedge really took its toll on those flowers over here. Not very good. I think the best thing to do in this area will be to wait until early next year. We'll come back, all these flowers will be gone because they're just seasonal, and we'll come back all through here. We'll spray everything down again, and it should take care of the Nutsedge before we put new flowers in. So lesson learned there. Nutsedge works really good in the grass. It looks like we're seeing results, and that's great. However, the garden is a different story, and that's kind of a bummer. Lesson learned there for sure. Now, next year when we get ready to plant again, a little bit of time before then, we'll spray again, and we'll make sure that all of the Nutsedge is out of there before we put new flowers in next year. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and mow the grass, and then I want to go over some tips that I have for you for watering in the summer months when it gets super hot. Tip number 1, water in the morning. I say that because if you water in the middle of the day, it's way too hot, and a lot of the water on top of the grass is just going to evaporate and burn off, and you're not going to get the most out of your watering. A lot of people around here Probably the same in your neighborhood too, like to water at night. I've noticed a significant pressure decrease in the sprinklers at nighttime because all my other neighbors are watering. And so don't water at night for that reason, but the main reason not to water at night is because all of that water is going to sit on the grass blades overnight, and over time that could lead to fungus issues and other issues that you just don't want to have to worry about. So I recommend watering in the early morning. That way all that water gets down and has a chance to sink into the soil, and any little bit that's left on top of the grass leaves, the grass blades afterwards, is going to evaporate off when the sun comes out. So I thought I needed. Tip number 2, water deep and infrequently. For me, where I live, we're on a watering restriction right now. We're only allowed to water twice a week. And so you have to make sure that the times you're allowed to water count. And you don't want to water every day anyways. You want to allow time for the water to sink down into the soil and allow the roots time to grow down and strengthen themselves looking for that water before you water again. And so when you water deep, it allows for that process to take place. And watering infrequently not only helps you stay in compliance with your local watering restrictions, but it also is good for the lawn. Tip number 3 is to make sure that your sprinklers are correctly positioned and adjusted properly. You don't want to get any dry spots, or at least try to avoid them as much as possible. As you can see, I have some here, and a couple other places in the lawn too that I'm working on, mainly because the soil's compacted. We didn't do any topsoil, and I need to adjust my sprinklers, and even in some cases raise them up out of the ground a little bit higher so I can get better coverage, and I'll do another video on that soon. But when you have good sprinkler coverage, you can avoid those dry spots, and you can help your lawn stay that nice green color throughout the whole summer. As a bonus tip, I'd like to recommend doing what I call the summer cool down watering cycle. I like to do this on my off watering days, and I like to do it at about 5 o'clock, which is around the hottest part of the day. The lawn's had a lot of heat on it during the summer, and high temperatures are really taking a toll, and it's just a good idea to run each zone for about 5 minutes to just bring that soil temperature down, bring the temperature of the roots down, and just cool it off a little bit. 5 minutes a zone isn't a whole lot of water, it's just enough to cool it down, and the temperature change is quite significant for just 5 minutes of watering. Well, I hope those tips were helpful for you. If you like those, please subscribe and check back for more. And you can see how my lawn progresses as I follow those tips myself. Hopefully you'll get rid of dry spots like that one right there. And we will see you in the next one. So I thought I needed